Hey guys, the 2024 Texas Pro is underway, and the star of the show, the clear favorite to win, Andrew Jacked, looks absolutely phenomenal. He's brought more sized, great condition relative to what we've seen in previous showings, and is completely dominating the lineup. While I'm very confident that he's going to win this show with ease, I think the real question on everyone's mind is whether or not he's improved since his last few appearances. This was the first time we've seen him go on an extended offseason since he came over to the IFBB, and we got a glimpse of the true mass he packed on at the Pittsburgh Pro guest posing. He looked huge there, and many of us were hoping to see dramatic changes within his physique. Did he deliver on these expectations though? Let me know in the comments, and let's compare, analyze, and find out in this video. The front double immediately shows significant improvements in the biceps and the tricep fullness and sweep, and I actually prefer the more symmetrical posing of 2024 on the right, as opposed to his Texas 2023 version on the left. Although the video quality might not be the best for 2024, you can still notice the tremendous detail of the quads, midsection, and arms that is present in both years. The positioning of the midsection in 2023 is a bit more favorable for his taper, and I do feel as though the more frontal, less twisted midsection of 2024 appears slightly wider. This is completely due to posing though. I don't really think his midsection got any wider, and overall the size gains in the arms and possibly the lats as well are very impressive. The front lat spread is one of his signature shots, and in 2024 he seems to have brought a similar package to last year's Texas. Striations across the chest, shoulders, and more separation in between the brachialis and the other arm muscles. However, I will say that his hip flexors are a bit less visible. The deep cuts of the quads are definitely matching those of last year though, and the lats even look more filled out. However, that could be due to the camera angle. Definitely more refinements made in the arms. However, the previous year already looked phenomenal in this pose. The side chest was a heavily criticized pose for Andrew, since many said that he needed to bring up his side legs specifically. While it does look decent, I think that he could benefit from bending further down to accentuate the size of the side leg, since in certain transitions and angles it does look rather impressive. His silhouette when it comes to the arms, chest, and side leg all look very comparable to last year, and I still do believe that he needs to work on bringing more thickness from the side. Very solid, almost grainy condition though, so I do commend him for bringing a somewhat new look. The rear lat spread is definitely a pose where Andrew needed some work, especially in posing and opening up correctly. Here in 2024, you can see that he opts for a different hand positioning, almost identical to what Horse MD does. This allows the competitor's back to appear wider since they close the missing space with a closer arm position. While I see right through this tactic, there is no doubt that it helps him tremendously. His back, especially in the lower portion, looks much more dense and developed, and I also notice immediately that his glutes and hamstrings appear drier and more defined than ever. Now, the overall execution of the pose in 2024 is much more pleasing and definitely suits his physique, and the improvements in the hamstring and lower body along with the lower back, while not the craziest, are definitely noticeable. The rear double, unlike the last pose, was always a bit of a stronger pose for Andrew since his back comes alive in this shot. Great arms and shoulders definitely do help his case too, and the improvements in these areas only add to the wow factor on stage. Now you can notice his Christmas tree region and lower back now appears more defined and polished, and he opens up wider, which can be seen in the difference of the traps. He looks much more comfortable and aesthetic with all that width. The huge arms and refined legs also add a bit more of that flair, you could say, and the overall general size increases definitely help him contend with the top competitors. I would like him to bring in, fuller forearms, since in both double biceps shots, they do kind of detract from the pose. However, this is a sort of nitpicky thing and not too important in the grand scheme of things. The ab and thigh is probably Andrew's best shot as of now, since those abs, the structure, and genetic flow are basically unmatched. It looks like 2023 does have him beat in the ab muscles themselves, since they appear bubblier and pop out at you, whereas in 2024, they seem a bit flat and almost separate in the middle. Now, these are very minute details though, and the overall package is something to marvel at. Look at the feathered quads, the small waist, wide lats, and intricate details everywhere. Definitely a top-tier Andrew for sure in 2024, especially now with those wider lats and even more detail in the serratus and the obliques. The most muscular has never been a great pose for Andrew since his longer limbs can almost make him appear stringy. That said, I do like this variation the most, since his arms, delts, and chest come to life and the midsection shines in the center. It is hard to see any major differences though, however it does look like the arms are a bit more finely tuned and his delts might be a bit rounder. I don't really know though, guys. Both look, kind of identical in my opinion, and do look great next to each other, and in general, I think Andrew has delivered a great rendition of himself. Do you guys think that Andrew has made significant improvements since last year's Texas Pro? Let me know in the comments, and be sure to look out for some comparisons with this version of Andrew in the future. If you enjoyed, a like and sub would be awesome, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.